would you do this deal? Rusk County, Texas. The seller who owns the property, the seller also owns a property south of this. They will give me an easement for free. I love it. I just have to pay for the legal. I've never done this before. Not sure how much this would cost. I have a lot to say about that. Property is mostly wooded. As you can see from the aerial, there are houses around it. It look west. Okay. Estimate on them is $150 to $250,000, but mostly rural. So the value here, 20 to 23, buying for 11,000. I haven't even got back to the seller for renegotiation yet. I don't think they want this property at all, and I'm sure I can get it cheaper and everybody's alive. This is perfect. So buy for 11 or some new number Chase will come back with, and then do the 23. Well, first thing right out of the gate, you need to say that that legal stuff's going to cost some money to get the access.
Yeah.
And can I please have that in writing? Just have it in writing and don't have your name on, just like if they're willing to grant access for this parcel through here. And then I would tuck that away and hold on to that for when you sell it to pass on, to the next guy. And then he can decide, if he wants to go that route. I wouldn't go that because it can take, in a good county, it could take weeks/months to get the access done.
Oh yeah, it's going to take some time.
Exactly. So you don't want to wait for all that, but let your buyer know that I'm not getting it, marking it up, and I'm not getting it up and marking it up and serving it up to you. I'm just letting you know it's here, and I called the county, and it takes this long, and it usually costs about $1,800, whatever it is. So there's going to be some number that they or a local attorney can tell you. This is an easy call for an attorney. Hi, I'm closing on a property. The seller said he's going to give me access. I don't want to do it right now. What is there something I can have him sign that says as long as I do it within 5 years or whatever time, I pay for it, he will follow through with the access?
Let's put this in perspective. This house is worth $200,000. It's estimate, or Zillow says. You're going to buy this property for $11,000
or less.
I'd buy this without access for that. And that's the truth.
All right, then and Chase thinks he can get even better.
I love the deal.
So then do that. Call the county, and just make sure, is it buildable back there? If we have an easement, is that enough room to get back there? Kind of thing.
I mean, he kind of almost left it open to. I mean, I'd say buy it for less if you're going to say buy it. And you have 2 points to bring up to the seller. Hey, I'm having trouble pulling comps to make sure that we're going to be able to sell this thing. And you have an access issue. I'm willing to walk with you, but it's going to have to be at a lesser price. Maybe that.
Exactly. Like 2.
Still not changing my mind. I think in this case.
Specifically 2. Think the number 2.
Exactly.
When I see no real comps for land, or just a couple of them, and then but a ton of house sales. Not a ton, but...
Are they recent house sales?
Go ahead.
Are they recent house sales?
6 months, let's see. That's 12 anyway.
28.
I'd buy this. It's $11,000 with access, theoretically with access. And I'd put a sign up for $25,000. It's right on the road.
Okay.
This is a hard one for me.
I mean, what kind of path is that driveway going to take? That easement?
That's what I'm asking. I want to have
this, right?
Well, that's it. I don't. What if
that's
he doesn't
the other
own that?
person?
Yeah.
He doesn't own it.
So where's this guy going to give access? I need to have a call from. I need to talk to the county. This might be strike 3. If the county says the only way the guy gives access is if you cut through his house or remove his house, then
you get one of those driveways with those garages with the driveway on the door on the front and the back. You can drive through his garage
like a fire station.
There we go.
Yeah.
Then that would be like not happening.
Chase, I tried as hard as I could.
You did.
No one likes it.
Nope. Would you do this deal? Boss County, Texas. Big property, 141 acres. Are we looking at it? 141.22, and then there's a 19 acres. See if you could find that one for us.
150 acres.
Yeah. Got them. Okay, so there we are. Access. We have frontage on 2 county roads. Oh, okay. Oh, nice. I see it there. So together 160 acres, approximately 1 mile of paved major road. All right, so it's fenced and cross fence for sheep. He has a barn, well, septic, electricity. A barn doe he has a barn doe. Okay, got that. 10 miles to Meridian, Texas, the county seat. 16 miles to Lake Whitney. 70 miles to Fort Worth. 85 miles to DFW. All right.
Oh, jeez.
So, yes.
Here's Waco.
He's alive and well. He's the owner on record, and his signatures are on the purchase agreement. Failing health is forcing the sale. All surrounding property is 50 to 5,000 acre ranches. Okay, so I love all of this. What's going on with his house in the middle of the property?
Well,
And
it's not just him. Let's see if these are different APNs too.
like, do we know about that, Sid? Because I have seen that people pull their house out.
It seems to be a common thing over there if you just kind of scroll around on Parcel Fact too. I mean, all these, they're separating the houses and the ranches, right? Is that what they're doing?
Exactly.
It might be for a tax purpose, because aren't you taxed differently whether it's a house or whether it is farmland? So maybe they're trying to minimize their tax burden by just circling their house.
Right. How's that going to work? I feel bad. Like, I own everything around your house, and now I get to charge you rent to drive to
Yeah,
your house.
The correct question is what's for sale? Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
So
and what are we buying it
the
for?
numbers are okay. So Whitetail thinks we could sell it for 1.2 to 1.5. Purchase price is, I don't see it. Oh,
Oh, it's continuous.
sorry. Let's scroll down. Purchase price is 765. Okay, I'm reading all about the comps here. The property will need $10,000 to $15,000 of cleanup, probably from that barn dough. Open title is open. He did the original title work with the seller or boss at quoting 10-day timeline. Closing scheduled for 1/12 due to him having surgery. I have $150,000 secured and looking for partners on the remainder. Okay, so you feel great about it. Everybody's gonna make some money. We're not doubling our money. That's totally cool. But these numbers, buy for 765 to sell for 1.2 to 1.5 may almost double the money. I'm okay with stuff like that. You know, Sid. So Sid's here to get funding. I get that, and I appreciate that. I just want to know what's going on with that house and just make sure what's the contingency plan for that. And honestly, I have done deals like this in this state, and they went really fast.
So I mean, strictly off running the numbers, I think that's how we evaluate this deal. You know, and I'm assuming that he did. I'm aware of Sid. Sid's very meticulous. He looks up things. I'm assuming that he pretty much knows his comps. And for me to evaluate this kind of deal, this was kind of on our radar. A little background. This was kind of on our radar before this call, and we
Cool.
took a look at some of the numbers.
What's the timeline? Because if I put in 100 to get back 150, I only make 50, but it's in like 90 days. That's not nuts for me personally.
We agree with that thought too.
But I think in order to properly evaluate this, you have to really just pull the hard numbers.
That's the only way to do it. It's not going to happen on Zillow. So this is
Exactly.
Is there a side conversation going on in Discord on this right now?
There is.
Okay, good. Then I'll go look for that. All right. So we're all pretty much thumbs up. So would you do this deal? Burke County, North Carolina, 8.6 acres. Accepted offer price $15,000. Adjacent are multiple houses. Alive. We have access. It's the biggest lot in the area. I like this. Affordable, yes. So comps are tough for this size. There are a few recent solds in the area, but nothing really similar to this lot. Hoping I could sell it for like 25 to 35. Appreciate your thoughts. Picking up for 15. Okay. My first thought is the terrain, because I've had properties like this in this part of the country where that road there was stuff keeping it. Like there was an incline and things like I couldn't there's a shelf, but you can't see from here. So have you got?
So let's talk about the ice.
Okay.
First one we always look at is access, right?
Right.
I think.
Right.
Looks good.
Should we make sure there's not a guardrail there?
It looks good. Second one I always look for is adjacent. What's happening immediately next to the property, which is going to smoke out Jill's concern, which I think I'm sure is valid. You've got all this property here that's just not being used. Stuff that's going on right here, like that. And then all this property that's happily being used, although some of it's not being used. So there's definitely some issue about why is this developed and why isn't this? Could be economic, could be geographical, could be geography. We're going to find out. But something is not right, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going through this slowly because I really want everyone here to develop this sense of very quickly analyzing property and saying, yeah, maybe I should open the next off. Darn it, if Jill's not right. I knew you were.
I-
I wanted to slow the process down. a little.
Okay. No, that's good. Can you put a man down there for me? I'm really curious if there's a guardrail there to even just hit it home. Can you tell?
Oh, it's amazing how fast Google Earth is. The quality is increasing. This isn't in its current condition is not usable unless it's for recreation or hunting. But you can see why this is.
Yeah.
So is it valueless? No way. It's just the price has to go way down, and the owner knows this. So
Yeah.
what we've done in the past, what I've done in the past, is do a cute little video like this that says, in the nicest way possible, "Hey, seller, your property's valueless."
I'm not even sure where to park when I go to camp on it,
Right.
you know, kind of thing.
So
Because I think they're gonna tow me on that road.
but I'm happy to pay $1,000 for the property, and we can solve your problem. And we've done many deals like that. I would go so far as to say these are my numbers plus 15 years of Land Academy members. Has been 6 or 7 years of Land Academy members in conversation saying about half the time I try to kill my own deal, I end up buying it. I would buy this for $1,000. Would you buy this for $1,000?
Yeah, for that. What would you guys do?
I mean, $1,000, but realistically, I don't know if that's, you know, I mean, I'd start with speaking with the seller, and you know, sometimes I think it helps to lay out some facts, you know, understand the slope and try and speak to the seller and see what they have to say. Maybe they change their tune. Maybe they think you don't know. So I just don't, at the selling price, no way. But if you're really in love with it, but I don't know, I have a hard time with this property.
Yeah.
You know, I've asked, like, it's interesting to like ask seller, like, I've got some eyes on the property now. So tell me, Mr. Jones, what the heck were you thinking when you bought it? You know, because we all know, were you going to put a home out and build it over the ledge, or what was your plan? And then they'll giggle probably. And I'm guessing maybe he inherited it or something. Yeah. There's probably some backstory, you know, like, yeah, I thought you might notice this. Yep.
Mr. Jones.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Miss Fisher. How long has she had it? Well, since '88. That may have been when her dad died, you know, kind of thing. So, yeah. But I'm glad you asked us that.
It's not valueless.
And then what you need to make sure you do, Chuck, if you do get it, you need to find out from the county just whatever's possible and put all of that in your posting. Like, yeah, it may not be the best site for, you know, whatever, but you could do this, this, and this kind of thing. And isn't it pretty? You own 8 acres. Well, definitely the neighbors. Somebody would maybe want to expand their footprint. You know, that would be cool.
We hope you found our content valuable and we appreciate your support. If you have not already, please check out our channel and hit the subscribe button.
And your comments and suggestions help us to create the content you're here for. Hitting the like button helps to support our channel's algorithm and gauge your interest for future shows.